To Trump or not to Trump? That is the question. Hey everybody, what's going on? Let me just set this up right here. All right, just sitting here in front of my computer and just looking at videos and stuff. Well, let me move over. There we go. Uh, that is the question, because basically it's become a question. You either love Donald Trump or you hate him. And so you either support him, you're left with either supporting him or rejecting him. And I think today being March 25th, in the evening, it's nighttime already, 10, 11 o'clock at night. But most of the primaries are done. Most of the most of them are not done, but most of the candidates are out. Out of 17, there's the final, I'm going to say 2 because Kasich doesn't even count because there's no way he can win. So we're down to Cruz and Trump. So, and full disclosure, I was just watching a Nut and Fancy video. If those of you who don't know who Nut and Fancy is, it doesn't matter. He's got enough subscribers and viewers anyway. So Nut and Fancy on YouTube. And, he was showing us as recording at his caucus site in Utah. And as we all know, today, Ted Cruz won very big in Utah. And Nut and Fancy supports Ted Cruz. All right. So at this time, with just the 2 of them left, I think it's finally safe to come out and finally declare, or finally definitively say who I think we should support here on out. Okay? And do not click away. Please bear with me and listen. I don't want this video to be a half hour long, but it might, you don't have to watch. So anyway, I think we all need to get behind Donald J. Trump. And why is that? All right. Actually, I was with Donald Trump from the beginning. Donald Trump was my only favorite candidate. There was a lot of good ones. There's 17 people. Ben Carson was awesome. For a time, I even supported Marco Rubio, but, even though he went back on his whole immigration stance and, whatever. And, I came into this political season. I've been in a few. I'm 44 years old. I came into it hating Chris Christie, but listening to him in the debates, and I found myself liking him more and more. And, but I always held in reserve my first draft pick would have been Donald Trump anyway. But that being said, it didn't matter. I wasn't trying to, I wasn't hoping for that all the others would lose. I had my favorites, and I had guys that I liked, and, people I didn't want. I didn't want Jeb Bush. I didn't want Carly Fiorina. Totally did not, totally underwhelmed me. She did not impress me at all. Who else is there? Kasich still does not impress me. What is he doing there? As I said, Ben Carson was great. I've always liked Bobby Jindal. I've always thought he was a consistent conservative. Yeah, I am a conservative. That's a big thing to do. I don't consider myself Republican. I vote Republican because they are the ones who most closely align with my values. If that makes sense to the people who understand. And I really, I think I can say I hate Democrats. I hate liberals. I can say that. It's a strong word. My feelings are that strong. So that goes into why it didn't matter if Trump would win or Cruz wins or somebody else. for the Republican nomination, and it's horrible to say that, but I would have voted for any one of the. I would have voted not for a particular candidate, but against the Democrats. We have never had such a worse choice for Democrat. All right, I mean, you know, full disclosure. I mean, here's going to shock you right here. As a conservative, and I hate Democrats and liberals, I don't think Bill Clinton was all that bad. You know, and I love JFK. Okay, but that's coming from somebody who hates liberals, the left. So, but Hillary, I know it was like, whoa, it was a Hillary Bill. They're not the same person, obviously. And there's a big, big difference between Hillary and Bill. Got some Coca-Cola, so just wet my whistle. Oh no, it's wet my whistle. Okay. So, all right. Let's get to the point. I wasted enough time already. I'm just jabbering here, which I like to do. Fuck it, it's my channel. Fuck it. And I'm not drunk. I haven't had anything to drink today, or yesterday for that matter. I mean, as far as alcohol. So, this video is going to go on forever, so what? I'll just keep talking. Okay, why Donald Trump? Why not Ted Cruz? Ted Cruz has proven to be, with his actions, not his words, because I don't believe a word anybody says. Yeah, and some people complain about Trump and how he's gone back and forth, left, flip-flop, this and that, and there's some truth to that. There is some truth to that. But I don't believe anything that comes out of anybody's mouth. Democrat, Republican, anyone. I meant to say Rand Paul earlier. I would have even voted for Rand Paul, who I hate. Okay, I say hate too much. I really think it's really crazy, the Rand Paul libertarian stance on foreign policy. It's my personal opinion. Don't try and convince me. All right, don't anybody. I should have said this earlier. You can comment. I probably will not comment back. And, whatever. I don't like to censor people, so. But I don't know I don't think I'll respond to anybody. But, if Rand Paul, I would have voted for Rand Paul if he won the nomination, which, again, never would have happened either. So it begs the question, why? Well, I know why they run. It's they're trying to. They're the first ones to try and take that step for their party. Ron and Rand. All right, yeah, Gary Johnson, please don't even start. So why Donald Trump? Why not Cruz? What I was saying was Cruz has been the most consistent conservative. Yes, that is true. With everything that he's done before he came into politics, in his whole legal life, you can't list it all at the top of my head. Since he's been a senator, he's been the strongest voice for conservative values in the Senate. And, he has. I'm praising him a lot because I do love, there's another strong word, everything that Ted Cruz has done up until running for president. And he has seemed to be, he has proven with his actions how he is the most conservative and the man who shares the most of my conservative values. Okay, where did it go wrong? I'm not just the front runner guy because Donald Trump is winning, so I'm going to support Donald Trump. Like I said, I've been a Trump guy for forever. I've been I wanted him to run last time because he was saying some awesome things that I love to hear last time, which I don't know if he had any intention of running, but he didn't, so we got Mitt Romney instead and another Obama again is what we ended up with. So here's where I go. Don't kill me in the comments. Oh, you can if you want. But this is just my personal feelings, my personal opinion, where Cruz lost me. I did not know before he ran for president that he was born in Canada. I know. I know. I know. I mean, go ahead. Yeah, all you keyboard commandos saying, oh, natural born citizen is defined as blah, 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 one citizen parent, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about none of that. I don't care what you say, what you cite. I can come up with arguments same as you. 1790 Act only lasted 5 years, and then it was this, and then the 1795 Act is just blah, 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 blah. You know what? I don't care. I do not care. There is, and this is a fact because that's what I deal in, there is a question as to what people are going to say, no, it's written down, it's written down. It's not written down anywhere what a natural born citizen is. But that doesn't matter. Even if it's legally a natural born citizen or not, for me, I do not want a foreigner as the leader of the president of the United States. Okay, you say, well, he grew up here, and so he's more American than he is Canadian. Anyway, he was born in Canada. That's a fact. I don't like that, and I don't like, what I don't like is he's counting on a technicality. Technically, he is eligible because it's not really written down anywhere. It's not really written down that he is not eligible because there's no actual definition of a natural born citizen. We're all left to guess what that is. And for me, in my feeling, he is a Canadian. He's a foreign born immigrant. I mean, that's not even a feeling. That's the truth. And and I don't care if he's in the Senate. I loved Arnold Schwarzenegger as the governor of California. That was great. Why did I love him? For no reason at all, because I don't care about California. I hate the left coast, and I'm a big fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I just know he's a winner. He's he sets a goal and he accomplishes it, and he wins. It sounds like Trump, right? But he's a successful man, and nothing stops him. And so I was glad that he was he got that governorship there in California. Why not? But I would have never wanted Arnold for president. No way. Same way with Cruz. I don't think that's good. Now, that being said, if Cruz was to win the nomination, yes, I would vote for Cruz, even today. If he still somehow manages to beat out Donald Trump and win the nomination, I will vote against the Democrats. I will put in my vote for Ted Cruz, and I won't even have to hold my nose. Whatever. It is what it is. Technically, yes, he is eligible because there's nothing to say that he is not eligible, and that's how the law works. And I understand that. I don't want to argue with people about whether he is or he isn't, and he's not. He's Canadian. That's all there is. That's enough for me to not want him to be the president. But I'll take him over Hillary or Bernie. Duh. So, now on to Trump. He's not your classic conservative, and he does not, I don't think, well, he shares most of my core values, but he doesn't represent a majority of, he's not a complete conservative or traditional. And, there's other things that I wish he would be more conservative on. Or I don't care if he is or he isn't, But there's the main thing. I'm not supporting Trump because the star power. The things that he says, his policies, and about other countries, us getting something in return for being their bodyguards, their defenders. When somebody invades somebody, we didn't get anything out of I'm talking about Gulf War One, keeping Saddam out of Kuwait. What do we get out of that? We just got expenditures. We just paid. That's a, I love that part about it. It's like what are we getting for all our troubles? You know, we're spending ourselves broke defending the entire planet from each other. It's like, that's bullcrap. So I like that. Of course, the immigration thing. Yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing about the immigration. Again, people call Donald Trump a racist for the immigration, but you know, immigrants are just from all nations, not just Mexico. So there's a wall in Mexico. But Mexican is not a race. It's a nationality. So if the Canadians were coming here in droves, I'd want to put a wall up there, but they're not. So and he would want to also if they were coming in droves and they're illegally and their illegal work was putting making things difficult for American workers. I'd want a wall up in the Canadian border, but it has nothing to do with race. It's economics. But the thing about the immigration, all the Republicans say the same thing, well, except for Jeb Bush. He's I don't know what he is, and now John Kasich, which who cares anyway, what John Kasich has to say. So, but most of the real conservatives were all saying the same thing on immigration. And here's where I fall off the bus, the conservative bus bandwagon, with people like Lindsey Graham that are running also. I don't know if you remember, he was running also for early on. I don't think he ever made it onto the main stage. They're all saying the same thing on immigration. They all say the same thing. Enforce the laws. They may not be so vehement on the wall, but there's the wall is already law, people. I don't know if you know this. George Bush signed it into law after Congress passed the wall. It just hasn't been funded, and nobody's just pushing the issue. So Trump, Cruz, Rubio, they're all pushing. Well, Rubio's not, but Cruz is pushing the issue. Cruz wants to deport people. Yeah, so Cruz. Why? How come nobody's saying Cruz is racist? So they're all saying the same thing. And my problem, why I support Trump, even though he's not the complete conservative, is I don't believe any of them. I do believe Donald Trump. I mean, I believe he's going to do what he says he's going to do. I don't need him to tell me every little thing that I want to hear. I need him to be the perfect 100% conservative to then let me down. Tell me what you really feel, and is what he's doing. He doesn't care. You call him a racist? The others are afraid to tackle the wall thing, and everybody else is afraid to be called a racist all the time. He's like, I don't care if you call me a racist. I know what's right. Or, what his opinion is and what he feels, and that's what he's going to say. And that's what he says. And so I have no reason to think that he will go back on that of his own accord. I mean, obviously, if when he gets there and it's not really possible to do what he says he is, I mean, not for lack of trying. Actually, I think if he says it, it's because he's researched it and he knows it can be done. That's just my opinion. And what I really hate is all the Trump bashing. I I don't care if it was Trump or if it was whoever it is with the front runner. It's just like, stop that. You're just hurting. You're just hurting us. You're helping the Democrats. So I guess I need a break. It's so tiny. So that being said, I say that being said a lot. Trump is leading by a lot with every single primary, even though he lost in Utah by a large margin. He still won in Arizona, and wherever he wins, he gets this, Cruz gets this. He gets this, Cruz gets that. He gets this. So he adds to his lead. You know, he may not be blowing him away at this right now. He was blowing everybody away earlier, but he still gets more. You know, so if he gets 30 and Cruz gets 15, so he gets 20, Cruz gets 12. You know, he's still winning. And after the amount of states that we've been through in the north now, in the northeast, in the south, in the Midwest, uh, it's been pretty consistent favoring Trump. And even in the West now with Arizona, Nevada, uh, there's very few states that are super conservative that really support Cruz, and that's like Oklahoma, like Utah, you know. But then again, I mean, you know, you people say you support the Constitution, and that's what you want, the most constitutional conservative, but he's born in Canada. I mean, I just can't get beyond that. He's not even American. Okay, he's an American citizen, which, you know, that's some people could debate that too. Some people would debate that. I'm just saying. But okay, he's an American citizen, obviously, you know, legally, he's got all the papers. But he's Canadian. He was born in Canada. So I just can't get past that. And I don't know how someone who claims to, like Trump said, he holds the Bible high. You know, he's like, oh yeah, the Bible, the Bible. And then, you know, I mean, he's using that as a crutch. Then he says he's supposed to be the most constitutional guy, but then he, I mean, the main thing, I just can't get over it. Uh, my only worry, although it's not too much of a worry, is with Donald Trump and the Second Amendment. People say he's wishy-washy on it. He's for assault weapon bans and all that stuff, and there's really no way to tell. But I know his two sons, Eric and Don Jr., are really big pro Second Amendment guys. I mean, I know that for a fact, and so uh, so it means they all understand the importance of it. And I don't think he would, you know, I would just think that during a Trump presidency, he would do nothing to diminish the Second Amendment. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's gonna pass. I mean, you know, he's not gonna push for uh, gun bans and all that stuff. You know, at the very worst, he would just leave the issue alone. Okay, that's what I think. That's what I'm hoping. So it will get no worse, and possibly get better. You know, because I think if a pro legislation comes through across his desk, I think Donald Trump would sign pro Second Amendment bills, you know, laws. So that's what I think. I don't know. Obviously, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. So we'll just have to wait and see. But what I do know is that all the others are full of crap. You know, I don't believe a word they say. And it is true about Ted Cruz that how he doesn't, I mean, call Lindsey Graham a liar. Anyway, I'm just rambling on and on and on. I'll just finish this video because I'll finish what I got to say. But I don't think I'll put this up. So at this point, Cruz can't beat Trump. I don't think so. The only way Cruz can overtake Donald Trump is by continuing to chip away, you know, with crazy stories, you know, which I'll admit he hasn't thrown any crazy stories at him yet. He's all just kind of like, you know, it's been passive aggressive with Donald Trump. Like this thing with his wife. The Cruz Super PAC, yeah, I know it's a Super PAC, not Cruz himself, puts an ad with Trump's naked pictures of Trump's wife. Come on. So then Cruz comes out. So Trump says, "Hey, you want to go after my wife? Don't make me go after your wife." Release secrets about Heidi, and then, oh my God, this righteous indignation from Ted Cruz. You go after my wife, you're a sorry SOB or whatever he said. I don't know. You're a coward, whatever. I mean, that's really disingenuous. Come on. That you started it. If anything, even if you say you didn't start it, which is obviously bullshit, there's no super PAC that does anything without the approval of the candidate, because then they'd be working against the candidate at that point. And that's the point of a super PAC, is to help the candidate. So don't give me that bullshit. But let's just say, even if he didn't know about it, he should at least start with an apology to Trump and Melania. Duh. So not calling him out. Him calling him out makes it all seem the more contrived. Anyway, don't get me wrong. I love political. I don't love it. I can respect political underhandedness and just, pitbulling your way to winning. I can respect that, Now in Cruz, if you win and you want to do that to Hillary, I would hope you would, and go after her with as much enthusiasm as you do Trump. So yeah, I can respect that. I don't like that he's doing it to a fellow, Republican. And this contested convention, this is how I'll end this. The brokered convention. If that happens, and I know it's happened in the past, I know the history. All right, people, learn your history. I know what the fuck has happened in the past. All right, I don't care. I don't give a damn. I'm talking about like Cruz being Canadian. I don't care what's in the books. I don't fucking like it. Okay. A brokered convention is bullshit, because, yeah, I'm talking about, let's say Trump does not get the 1237 delegates. He gets 1230, 1220, 1200, 1199. But the next best candidate gets, right now he's like 700 points behind, 6 or 700 delegates behind. Wait, yeah, it's by a lot. No, like 300. It's 600 total. I don't know. He's got like over 200 delegates ahead of Cruz. It's up to 300. If that's how it ends, and then we go to a brokered convention, so with the top candidate, and I don't care who it is, where the top candidate is 200 plus, it'd be nice if they were neck and neck, like 10 delegates separated them, but when you've got that much of a lead, and then somehow, after you broke the convention's over, and somebody else leaps him, that's disenfranchising all the voters, and that's just going against the people and the people's wishes. Because the majority of the people, by an overwhelming margin, want Donald Trump. Now, if you force brokered conventions, which is what they're doing, with Mitt Romney one day supporting Cruz, one day supporting Kasich, then taking his support away to Marco Rubio, blah, 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 whatever the hell the case may be. It's ridiculous. And Kasich being in there just simply to take away percentage points, so there will be a brokered convention. That is bullshit, and I don't want nothing to do with that. And we will lose, because there will be millions, and I say millions of people that will not support whoever the Republicans put in there. That's just the fact, Jack. And there might just be a revolution. I'll be in that one for sure. So, brokered convention is the worst possible outcome. Unless the favorite comes out the nominee, but there's no reason for a brokered convention if they're not going to put forth the favorite. They're going to do it to put somebody else in. That is a no-no.